Oh, God bless. Oh, bloody hell, Richo, you look nice in your common clothing rather than your wear clothes to try and make you look younger appearances. Um, so, this is another thing that I think is really important, and I've shared this story many times, but I want to use the analogy and the example crystal clear for everyone so that you can understand how powerfully one person that comes into your life and wholeheartedly believes in you, supports you, and more than anything, pushes you and makes you accountable for what you say you want to do and how you want to live your life. So, as many of you would be aware, when I was in prison the last time, I met Andrew Greeley, Big Grills, and this man helped me change my life. It's hard for me to say because, like, I won't lie, it gets me a bit, it affects me a little bit when I have to think about the dynamic of how we met, the relationships that I had around me at the time in the prison system, people that I'd known my entire life since I was a 10-year-old boy. And the fact that a stranger walked into that prison system, had only ever heard of me, didn't know who I was, didn't know what I was about, had absolutely no idea the kind of man that I was, other than what he'd heard. So, it's hard for me to acknowledge that meeting him in prison that time, as proud as I am and as grateful as I am to that man, I love you, brother. It's a hard thing to accept that I had people around me that would fight for me, maim and probably kill people for me, back me up even if it meant death or serious injury. They would walk through fire for me. They would go to hell for me. But if I spoke about anything positive, if I tried to demonstrate that I wanted to change my life, if I used my intelligence to outline that I think I could have a better life, by the people that say they love me and would die for me and would kill for me, they would ridicule me. They would make fun of me. They would mock me. I'd hear, like if I said to someone, and this example had happened for years since the detention centre. So we're talking a 20-year period because I wanted to make music and be a rapper since I was a young boy. And me and Grills actually spoke about this in prison. Any male that tells you they didn't want to be a music star, and female, growing up, watching MTV or Rage or, I can't think what the other one was called on Ozstar. Anyway, if anyone that grew up watching and liking music tells you they didn't want to be a music star or a hip-hop star or a rap star or a pop music star, they're lying. It's that simple, let's be honest. Like, who didn't want to be a music star? I'm not saying I'm a music star because I am not. I'm just giving the example that our culture teaches us that unless someone becomes something, don't support them to get there. Don't let them think that they're going to be that thing. Don't, as soon as I say to my friends, this is just an example, oh, I'm going to get out and make music and rah, rah, rah. They start, I've got black hair. They'd start saying, oh, you think you're Slim Shady. You think you're Eminem, do you? Oh, yeah, you might make a song, but then you'll be back on the drugs. Oh, you might do this, 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 and this, but then you'll be back doing crime and you'll be back in jail. Why even bother? Now, I know that may sound basic, not severe, but again, you need to take things in context. These are people that love me, idolise me, respect me so much that they would do just about anything I ask. So to have someone that loves and respects me speak to me like that when I'm talking about changing my life and trying to make positive decisions and changes to have a better life and get out of prison and be a father, not just a parent, be a parent, not just a father, to my beautiful daughter. It used to be really debilitating. It used to make me just go, because when the people that you love and trust you put your biggest dreams down by making fun of you and mocking you, again, it is not a personal attack. That's something I need to make clear in a few more videos. Our cultural understanding of how we support, love, and show love to one another is so deeply embedded in us in the wrong way that I'm sure we can all acknowledge. Here in Australia, we call each other names as a way to say hello. Oh, what's going on, cunt? Oh, what's been happening, dickhead? How you been, fuckwit? Like it's culture. That's our language. That is how we converse with one another. And I heard Jai Opatai say it the other day. He'll speak to a stranger and say, oh, how you going, cobber? How you going, mate? And then he'll see his best friend go, what have you been up to, cunt? That is our language here in Australia. Now, again, you've got to look at it in context. Words are powerful. They are probably more powerful than actions in the sense that you're not going to fucking smack your mate in the head when he says, oh, I want to be a movie star. I'm going to be a world champion kickboxer. Oh, I want to compete in the Olympics. You're not just going to go bang and not say anything, are you? Like as a way to say, as if, wanker, you'll never achieve that. You are who you are, rah-di-da-di-da. But you will sit there and say, oh, you think your shit don't stink. Oh, what, you think you're better than me? Oh, what? I suppose you'd get famous and leave me behind. Would you forget about us? Things like that are so unhelpful and hurtful because when someone's being serious about changing their life and the person that they respect, love and care and spend most of their time with says things like that, do you know how hard it is to break through that threshold of not letting what they think, and it's not, they don't even think it. That's the sad thing. It's a cultural thing that's embedded in their DNA, their personality and their speech patterns. They think it's a given that it's okay to run you down when you talk about climbing up. And that's a sad reality for us because it happens in the household first, then it happens in your primary schools, high schools, all the way to adulthood. People in our country just put one another down. I seen a video yesterday of the young Irish champion that won gold at the 2025 international. Hang on, he won gold at the 2025 World Championship. Sorry, young Irish boy. I can't recall his name. Sorry, but I saved the video and I'm going to upload it onto Facebook. The reception, like the welcoming that he got when he flew back to Ireland and went to his school for the first time after that championship. Mate, I'm telling you right now, I watched that video and I was so emotional thinking that kid would feel like he's the... And this isn't about ego. That kid, when he walked into school and seen the entire school lined up through a 300 to 500 metre pathway for him to get to his classroom, and there every single person is there clapping, cheering, people letting off poppers, you name it, he would have felt like the king of the world. And that young boy will now no doubt go on to be a world champion boxer. Yes, winning at world championships is one thing. It's an amazing achievement. Most people will never even reach that level. But to come home to that kind of reception, that young boy will be a world champion. I call it right now. Because that kind of support, that unwavering support it's crucial. Like, I'm about to tell you the story about me and Greeley. That was one person, one man believing in me undeniably and unwavering in his support to push and project positivity into me to chase my dream of making rap music. Now, although rap music didn't make me money, it didn't make me famous, it didn't make me anything but happy and content that I actually lived out one of my dreams, that set me on the trajectory to keep chasing my goals, keep chasing my dreams, and don't let anything or anyone tell me that I can't accomplish the things that I want to personally accomplish. Now, back to that young boy and the welcoming he got. Again, this is just my opinion, but I would love to hear one day if any of our world championship fighters got that kind of reception. Whether they won a medal or not, it don't matter. They are fighting in the world championships against every other country in the world that has boxers to enter into those world championships. We have such systemic shitty culture in our country that a school kid in our country could have won gold, and when he come back to school, yeah, his mates and, maybe a teacher here or there would have fucking given him a well done and, great job, Alex or Shane or Bob or whatever their name is. And that'd have been that. A week later, people would have been running him down, running her down, making her feel less worthy of her achievements, making that person believe that what they accomplished, anyone could have accomplished. It's not a big deal. I'm here to tell you, that is a toxic, outdated culture, and we need to get rid of it. Australians, Tasmanians, doesn't matter what state or territory you're from, if you're from Australia, as I said, it starts in the household, in your home, where you grow up, having your family, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your uncles, your aunties, your cousins support you unequivocally. When I say unequivocally, I mean no exceptions. Just because you don't support boxing or netball, or you're not a boy or a girl, so the sport that your cousin or your brother or your uncle plays or does, if they do anything that is an achievement, we as people need to support that unequivocally. So no exceptions, just full support, because it projects positivity into the person that you're supporting. It will make them go on to keep achieving, overachieving, setting higher goals, and making their dreams come true. So it's sad because, as I said, until Greeley come to jail, I had 700 pages of my own handwritten poetry, short stories, product ideas, raps, music, you name it. This is the funny thing. Great examples. I could rap these lyrics and read this poetry to my best friends, strangers in the jail, and they'd say, "Oh, mate, you've got skill. You just need to work on this, and this." But within 5 minutes, if I kept trying to read them more raps or read them more poetry, they may say things like, "Oh, do you reckon you could write me Mrs. a poem, Richo, and I'll give you some canine? Or do you reckon you could write a poem for my daughter if you don't mind, and I'll pay you, or do something for you, or this, that, the other, whatever." But if I persisted in trying to show them my raps and express that I wanted to be something like that, like a rapper or someone that wrote a book about poetry or any of these things, sooner or later the novelty would wear off, like real quickly, and they'd be running me down, making fun of me for wanting to better my life and create something good, that is. So when Greeley come to prison and we was introduced to each other, it was mind-blowing. Having someone that did not know me, as I said, only knew me off what he'd heard and what other people had said, it changed my life. It changed my mental structure. It made me think completely differently. I stopped putting people down for saying that they were going to go and play basketball when they got out and their cousin played and they asked them to play. I would stop putting people down for saying they wanted to make customised woodwork things and sell them like we did in the boys' home. I stopped putting people down for having dreams bigger than the reality we lived in. Now, I don't even know how I just come up with that because that sounded amazing. That's what happens. We as Australians have such a poor cultural understanding of how to support, love, and care for one another, in a sense that it's supportive, uplifting, and will propel that person forward to keep chasing their dreams. That's what it is. We struggle to support people to achieve anything outside of the reality we live in. And maybe that's why we're so toxic. Maybe that's why we don't have people going away for, whether it's boxing, it doesn't matter what it is. AFL players in like state and local level winning grand finals and things like that. I know from experience that 90% of people's first the first thing they say about people that achieve good things or great things or exceptional things especially, "Oh, he's on himself. Oh, he thinks his shit don't stink. Oh, it's just shit." And it's actually the shittiest attitude to have when you're not someone that achieves things. When you're not someone that does anything other than work a normal job to pay your bills and live your normal life, but someone's out there putting in that extra effort to go train twice a week, to play football every weekend, to, you know, when someone else is, I'll stop saying others because I used to do it, when we put people down simply for accomplishing and achieving things outside of normality, whether it's grand finals in football, whether it's going back to school after you're out of school age, you know, you can be 21, 25, 50, whether it's saying you want to live in a mansion, whether it's saying you want to start a farm and have your own organic cattle, and like it doesn't matter. As I said, people outside of seeing you live in your basic reality and your sad reality, they don't want to see you overachieve or even achieve things that seem impossible to others or seem too hard to even try to others, because that's our culture. It's not a personal attack. It's not like they sit there and go, oh, I hate anyone that plays football and wins a grand final. I hate anyone that does boxing because of this reason, or I don't want to see anyone do better than me. That's not a personal thing. It's a cultural thing. We don't even realise we're doing it because it's a part of our culture. It's a part of your upbringing. It's a part of your personality and the way you speak. Now, you've only got to look at the science behind it, because I have. Words are so powerful. When I say failing, I'm talking in a sporting and a physical sense. When someone's failing physically, like they're exhausted, they can't run any further, they're slowing down, they can't lift the same amount of weight, some people respond to, don't be a bitch, keep going mate, fucking get it up, do it again, you've got this, you're strong, you're an animal, no one can beat you. Some people respond, I'm one of those people, I respond to that sort of shit, because pain and suffering is all I've really known. So I'm not saying everyone's the same and in the same category when it comes to how powerful words can either make you go harder and make you feel better, make you feel stronger, or make you feel worse, make you feel weak, and make you do less. So just think about it. Like, if someone is there putting you down, I always want to use this context, like, take it to the severe level, you know? Don't always think in just common terms, because that's how we live. We live with commonality. I don't even know if that's a word, but anyway. We live with common understanding of how we should speak and behave and conduct ourselves. So, yeah, always when you're thinking about something, especially things like this, how one person coming into your life with nothing but unwavering support and unwavering positivity and pushing it down your throat. Even when I'd have bad days, mate, and say, oh, you know, I don't think I'm getting any better at writing, or me flow on me raps, or this, that, the other. Greeley would just drive into me, in my head, he would say, mate, repetition builds skill, no matter what it is. And he was right. The longer you practice something, anything, it can be drawing, reading, writing, rapping, boxing, running, sleeping. Do enough sleeping, you'll get good at it. But he really made me realise that when you have someone that will not bend, bow or buckle in their pursuit to push you to do your best, guess what? That is so much more powerful for 99% of people than having people say, oh, you can't do it, you won't do it, etc. But for me, I can't stress to you enough that when you find someone that supports you unconditionally, when you find someone whose words never make you feel worse, they always make you feel better. When you find someone who always seems to be able to say the right thing to take you out of a negative frame of mind or a negative outlook on something, respect that person, love that person, because as I said in a previous video, we were taught, and I heard this so much, the people who love you the most accept you for who you are. No matter who you are or what you do or how you conduct yourself. That's the sort of terminology they spill. Oh, they'll love you no matter what. Fuck that. No way, mate. If you can't even sit there and support me unconditionally when I'm trying to achieve something and I'm trying to push myself to be better, to be a better father, a better person, a better member of the community, guess what? You clearly don't love me, and you clearly don't love me for who I am. It's that simple for me. Like, you can't put people down and in the same breath tell them that you love them, care about them, and would do anything for them. Well, stop using negative words to put down the people that you say you love, for one. Now, for me, I've spoken about this before. Greeley changed my life so much so that I don't think another person, another more impactful person will ever come into my life. Because of the version of me I am now, and I believe this is the best version I've ever been. I am the most clear-minded, concise in my priorities, and I know what I want. I know what I have to do. I know the things that I owe the world, our community, our state, and for me, I have him to thank for that, because he made me realise that you don't need a whole family. You don't need 50 friends. You don't need a massive support base of people that will love you for who you are, tell you, blow smoke up your ass and tell you all the amazing things about yourself that are probably actually not that amazing, and they're actually probably negative. It's just that they benefit from it one way or another. So they don't want you to change. They don't want you to become this better version of yourself, because then they lose what they get from you, whatever that may be. I'm not being specific about that, because we are all different. Our relationships with the people that we say we love and care are obviously shaped, and the dynamic is very different. I'm speaking about me. So many people that I thought loved and cared about me, they never wanted to see me change. Why? Because when I change, our relationship changes. When I change, everything they believe about me changes. When I change, they get left behind. When I change, they can't manipulate me no more. When I change, it's over. And that's what I've realised. Like, you can't limit... I heard someone say it the other day. Don't limit yourself... Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, it basically meant, if you limit yourself by your beliefs, you'll never believe that you don't have limits, is basically how it's said. And that's what really helped me understand, that my limits were based off other people's opinions, based off other people's put down, demoralising, hurtful comments and words when I would try and lift myself up. So the moral of the story is this: one person coming into your life who believes in you unconditionally, who gets to not... Jesus, toast notes. He'd known me for about 4 weeks before the language that he started using towards me was so powerful, so empowering, and it made me feel so strong and capable and undefeatable. Honestly, that's how he made me feel. When we were isolated in such a small space where I'd only been used to one sort of speech pattern by people, which was, love ya, don't want you to change, yeah, you're capable of anything, but nothing that takes you away from us. Yeah, no, it's just shit. That's culture. Now, this is the clear message I want to give before the end of this video. When someone comes into your life and they start questioning the poor decisions you're making, when they start asking you things, hard questions about your decisions and your choices and your family and your history and your future, don't think it's a personal attack. Don't think they're trying to undermine the life you live. Don't think that this person doesn't have your best interests at heart, because they do. That's the thing. Anyone that will question you on things that are happening in your life and not doing problem comparisons, as I explained in another video, these people are genuinely... they misunderstand you because they don't know why you live the life you live. They see your potential. They see that you can be anything you want. They see that when you say, oh, I want to be a rapper and I want to be in a movie and I want to write a book about my life, they don't say, oh, what, you think your life's that important that you can have a book about you? They don't say, oh, fucking rap for me right now then. And then you try to rap and they say, oh, you fucking shit. Fucking... They will support you unconditionally. They will give you every word, sentence, paragraph that you need to reinforce that you are capable of all the things you just said. So, I keep going off track. The message I want to send for this video is, when someone comes into your life that is as powerful a motivator and a friend and shows you the kind of love and respect and support that Greeley showed me, love and respect that person, cherish that person. That man changed my life, and for him to come to prison for his first time and meet me, be in an environment with me, and then end up in a unit with me, it's powerful, man, because I've been around so many people. You got to understand, it's not like people haven't supported me in the past, just not the way he did. He helped me see things and believe things about myself that, as I've said, the people closest to me, if I even voiced that I wanted to be something other than what I was, a junkie, criminal, psycho, drug addict, they would mock me. They would make fun of me, but in a loving way. It's not like someone would say, "Oh, what, you think you're Slim Shady?" And I'm like, "What'd you say, cunt? Fucking put me down. You think I can't do it?" That ain't culture. That's a personal response to feeling like you're being attacked or put down. But when the culture is exactly as I just said, "Oh, you think you're Slim Shady? Oh, what, you're going to rap," like, that's culture. So we don't get offended as Australians when people the people close to us put us down. When in reality, that's exactly what we should do. Not get aggressive or violent or upset, but we should take that and use it as fuel. We should take that and try and shift the belief in that person that they're helping by saying what they're saying, because again, it's culture. It's not a personal attack. They're not saying, "Oh, what, you think you're going to change your life? You're a fuckwit." It's not like that. I'm sure anyone that's from here knows exactly what I mean. It's just a form of put down with love attached to it. But the reality is this: you can't speak to people like that and think that they're going to want to change, or think that you support them when you say one supportive thing, but then you make fun of them in the exact same sentence. That's the point I want to make. All right, everyone. Andrew Greeley, my brother. Love you, mate. And I look forward to talking to you later today, homie. God bless.